So we are going to learn Android application framework. So this is the layer from the Android that we are going to understand what exactly is application framework in Android. So first of all, what is Android? Android is an open source operating system which was developed mainly for the cameras. Then it developed for mobile phones such as smartphone, tablets, smart TVs, wearables, etc. So as you can see, the uh, Android is based on the Linux kernel, and the Android was developed by Google and the AOSP community. So basically, it is a Android open source project, uh, and Google also contributes to it. So this is all overall understanding of Android, and yeah, we are going to see further what is the layers of the Android and etc. So first of all, the most topmost layer, that is the application layer, or the topmost layer. So it is where the end user applications operate. Let's say you have your home application, or your dialer, or your messaging service, messaging applications, or your camera, or your alarm or browser, etc., right? So these are the applications that you have. So users directly interact with these applications. Applications are developed using Android SDK, either by using Java as a language or a Kotlin language. So we use Android SDK to develop these applications. Then we have application framework. So this layer provides the Java classes. This layer has nothing but the Java classes that provides the services to our applications. So these interact with the system services and hardware. Okay, it provides the services to this application. Also, it provides the interaction with the hardware. So there are various types of Java classes included in this application framework. One is activity manager. So activity manager manages the app lifecycle, how your app will have its lifetime will be dependent upon the activity manager. Then we have window manager that handles the windows and UI rendering. We have content provider. Content provider is nothing but it provides the data sharing between the applications. So within two applications, whenever there is data sharing, that is due to the content providers. Or there can be other mechanism, but basic operation of content provider is to provide the mechanism of data transfer between two applications. Then we have location manager that provides the GPS, telephony manager that provides phone functionality like calls and SMS, etc. Right? So what is the purpose of this application layer? It offers a interface for developers to interact with hardware and OS features. So basically it acts as a bridge between the lower applications, lower libraries, or lower layers, or and the topmost applications. Then we have Android runtime. So this layer executes applications that are written in Java and Kotlin. So along with this runtime, we have some libraries, core libraries, which provide fundamental Java functionality like collection, file IO, networking, and more. So, so these are the core libraries, right? That provide the functionality for networking, file IO, and collections and etc. We have Dalvik Virtual Machine, or ART, is a custom JVM optimized for mobile devices. So ART Android Runtime replaces the Dalvik in modern Android versions for better performance. We use ART instead of Dalvik for better performance. So instead of Dalvik, it should be ART over here. So purpose purpose of this is to run these Android applications perfectly and efficiently in a resource constrained environment. So basically mobile is your resource constrained environment, so it should be able, this Android runtime should be able to run your programs basically in this tight environment. Then we have libraries. So this is the layer that includes the C++ libraries that provide lower level functionality to Android. These libraries are used by the Android runtime and application framework. Uh, Either Android runtime can use these libraries, and basically it helps, Android runtime helps the application to run properly. So basically the C++ applications libraries will be used by your applications. So we have libraries related with media framework that handles media playback and recording. We have SQLite that provides the database storage for applications, SSL for secure connections, OpenGL for 2D 3D rendering, and FreeType for your font rendering. And we are going to see the bottommost layer also, not in this course but further on we will see, that is Linux kernel bottom layer. The Linux kernel is the foundation of Android. How it started, we took the kernel from Linux, and on top of that we made few changes to accommodate it with Android. So it acts as an abstraction layer between the hardware and the software. So the key responsibility for this is to manage the hardware drivers, facilitate the interaction between the hardware components like cameras, audio, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, right? Then it also provides the memory management, manages the system memory and processes power management optimized for the better battery usage. Then we have the binder IPC driver, manages the inter-process communication between the system components. So why this is used is to ensure the hardware is independent of managing device specific drivers. So it provides essential services like security, power management, and file system handling. So basically how the interaction will happen, uh, APIs are there that will allow the applications to communicate with the application framework. Application framework has few of the APIs in them, so that APIs will be used by the applications to request the application framework to perform for certain activities. So developer will use these APIs to build the applications without worrying about the lower level. So basically they just have to know what are the APIs, and they don't have to care about how the underlying things goes. So we have Pointer IPC. So it will be the enabling communication between the Android frameworks and the these libraries or Android runtime. So uh, within two processes, if we have to do the communication, means we have to use the Pointer IPC. So it is just a IPC, inter-process communication, which is secure and efficient. Then we have JNI, Java to native interface. It connects the Android runtime written in Java to native C, C++ libraries, native C++ codes. So it allows the runtime to utilize the system level libraries and hardware. So this is overall architecture for the Android. So we will just revise each layer role. Application layer is for user facing applications. Android framework is for application framework is for developing developer facing APIs and services. Libraries and runtime is for core functionality and execution environment. Linux kernel is for low level hardware and system management. That's it.